Last question I'm going to ask you is about CM Punk, who was actually backstage at Impact Wrestling. Again, Impact TNA making headlines, especially like the end of the year. Just, you don't know what's happening in Impact. I've got to ask what your thoughts on the reaction that was received about the news that he was like bound for glory.
Oh, he wasn't actually at Bound for Glory. He was at the Chicago Blackhawks game that night.
Oh, right.
Yeah, because he's a huge Chicago Blackhawks hockey fan.
Yep.
And he was appearing at the game, leading the pre-game ritual and appearing on the broadcast. But he was there the next day at our TV, which is not unheard of. He was in Chicago at an event of ours earlier this year. We have a pretty open door policy. If you want to come by and visit at Impact Wrestling, now TNA Wrestling, you're more than welcome. There's one simple rule: don't be an a-hole. Mm-hmm. Be respectful, and you'll be respected. And you know what? Punk, when he showed up earlier this year, was a pleasure to have in the locker room. When he asked if he could come, the day after Bound for Glory, come by the TV, say hello, watch some of the show. We said, of course. And he came back, and again, was a pleasure to have there. He chatted with some of the talent. I got to sit there and watch him and Josh Alexander have a nice long chat. And what a great opportunity to have somebody like CM Punk in there. And I mean, even if you just have a conversation, even if it's not even all about wrestling, there's no way you don't learn something out of a conversation like that. So I mean, he's welcome at events of ours. Again, sort of like I said, you asked me, would we like Will Ospreay to be the face of the brand? Sure. Would we be open to having CM Punk join Impact Wrestling? Of course. Like, I mean, why wouldn't we? You look at the business he drove for WWE, and you look at what he did in AEW. He went to AEW, ticket sales went up, viewers went up, pay-per-view buys went up. Again, if it's the right fit and it works for him and it works for us business-wise, and if it's a good fit relationship-wise, the one thing that is unwavering is that, like I said, to come into our locker room, it's got to be somebody who's going to come in, fit in, be respectful. Punk has been that anytime that he's came around us. So we don't judge based off of, what you hear. We judge off of what you do when you're around us. And he's been nothing but a pleasure to be around. So is it a possibility? Never write it off as being something to happen, So I get a kick out of all the people and all the stories I read. And I'm like, oh, really? Like, we made an offer. Oh, we did this. Okay, cool. Like, somebody should tell me some of this stuff. So, but I mean, look, we remain open to any possibilities, whether it's joint venturing or doing collaboration agreements with other companies, whether it's talent coming in, whatever it is. If it's good for business, and it makes sense, and the fans are into it, then we're open.